Cullies, and welcome to FCB Whales, the brand new home for everything FC Barcelona. From match previews and post-match analysis to transfer news, tactical breakdowns, and everything in between, this is where we talk Barça every single day. And for our very first video, we couldn't have asked for a more dramatic starting point. Last night's clash against PSG, a game full of highs, lows, and plenty of frustration. A one that left every Barca fan asking the same question: how did we let that one slip away? Let's dive right into it. Hansi Flick's starting 11 brought a few surprises. Eric Garcia and Pau Cubarsí lined up at center back, Gerard Martin started ahead of Balde, and Lewandowski began on the bench. Injuries didn't help. Rafinha and João Gracia were unavailable, but PSG had their own problems too, missing key attackers and Marquinhos. With both teams depleted, it promised to be a balanced fight. And for the first half hour, Barca looked every bit the better team. The opening stages were all Barca. Lamine Yamal was electric from the first whistle, tearing into Nuno Mendes and forcing mistakes. He even produced a trademark outside of the boot pass that nearly created the opener for Ferran Torres. But the breakthrough did come. Pedri switched play beautifully to Resten, who picked out Ferran with a perfect first-time pass. Ferran stretched and redirected it across the keeper. 1-0 Barca. And at that moment, he looked in control. But as we've seen too many times in Europe, the momentum shifted. Nuno Mendes was given far too much space, surged forward, and set up PSG's equalizer. Pau Cubarsí almost intercepted, but the ball slipped through, and their 19-year-old striker finished coolly. What followed was worrying. Barca looked shaken. PSG started finding dangerous pockets of space, and we relied on their poor finishing to stay level. Then came the turning point. How on earth did Nuno Mendes stay on the pitch? With Yamal cutting inside near the box, Mendes committed a cynical a textbook second yellow. It was obvious, but referee Michael Oliver chose not to show it. Mendes stayed on and the game stayed level. Minutes later, Marc Casado was booked for barely any contact. The inconsistency was infuriating. And yes, that decision changed the game. Down to 10 men, PSG would have faced a completely different challenge. Despite that, Barca still had opportunities. Dani Olmo had the goal at his mercy late on, but Hakimi came flying in with an incredible goal. Felt like the football gods were against us. PSG grew stronger. Hang and Lee struck the post as warning signs flashed. Yet once again, Barca failed to adapt, just as we've seen in previous Champions League heartbreaks. And then came the gut punch. Our defensive line was far too high. Hakimi had acres of space to run into, and when you give a player like that room, it's game over. He sprinted forward, crossed, and Gonzalo Ramos finished the job. 2-1 PSG. Game gone. And that's the part that hurts most. A draw wouldn't have been a disaster. With all our injuries and the game's chaos, a point would have been fine. But poor game management cost us again. So, what do we take from this? There were positives. We controlled large stretches, created big chances, and played some beautiful football. But the same issues remain: poor discipline, shaky game management, and a failure to learn from past mistakes. And let's be real, if Mendes had been sent off, we're probably having a very different conversation today. This one stings because we had it and we let it slip. But this is exactly what FCB Whales is here for. We're going to break down everything here, from games like this one to upcoming fixtures, transfer rumors, tactical deep dives, and more. If you're as passionate about this club as we are, then you're in the right place. Drop your thoughts below. Who impressed you? What needs to change? And how do we bounce back from this? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of Barca Sleep. This is just the beginning. And as always, this is Barca.